Hey, if you're sitting there wondering whether dropping serious cash on the RME HDSP AES-32 is going to solve your audio routing headaches or just end up as another expensive paperweight, you're not alone. I get it. You don't want another interface that looks great on paper but turns into a nightmare when you actually try to use it in your studio or live setup. The good news? This one actually delivers where it counts. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, let's talk about who this card is really for. If you're running a studio with multiple digital devices like a Pro Tools rig, a couple of synths, maybe a digital mixer, and you need rock-solid clocking and clean routing without glitches, this is the kind of interface that earns its keep. It's not some beginner USB dongle. It's a PCIe card built for engineers who need 16 inputs and 16 outputs over AES, not just another consumer-grade solution. That means you're getting professional-grade I/O without the latency or CPU drain you'd get from a USB interface trying to handle the same load. One thing that stood out to me is the word clock I/O and the 25-pin D-sub connector. That's not just tech jargon, it's what lets you sync multiple devices cleanly. If you've ever dealt with clicks or pops because your interface's internal clock drifted, you know how frustrating that can be. With this card, you can lock everything to a master clock source, whether it's your main interface, a master clock generator, or even another AES device. That kind of stability is priceless when you're tracking drums or mixing late at night and can't afford to redo takes. Then there's the DSP-based TotalMix mixer. This isn't just a fancy feature, it's a game-changer if you're routing complex signal paths. You can mix and route all 16 inputs and outputs in real time without touching your DAW. Need to send a synth to your headphones while keeping the main mix clean? Done. Want to create a custom headphone mix for a live performer without rewiring everything? TotalMix handles it. It's the kind of tool that saves time and sanity, especially in a studio where every session feels like a puzzle. Another small but crucial detail, the card remembers your last used sampling rate and master configuration. That means no more resetting your clock every time you power up. It just works. And the ability to program each unit with an ID for remote control? That's huge if you're managing multiple interfaces in a larger setup. You can label them, control them independently, and avoid the kind of confusion that leads to accidentally recording over the wrong track. But let's be real, this isn't for everyone. If you're just starting out or working from a laptop with limited PCIe slots, this card is overkill. You'd be better off with a USB or Thunderbolt interface that's easier to set up and move around. And if you're not using AES or digital routing in your workflow, the extra features here won't do much for you. This card shines when you need precision, scalability, and reliability in a fixed studio environment. Now, where does the value actually come from? It's not just in the specs, it's in the reliability and the workflow it enables. If you're someone who's tired of fighting with drivers, dealing with latency, or constantly recalibrating your setup, the RME HDSP AES-32 gives you consistency. It's the kind of interface that disappears into the background once it's set up, letting you focus on making music instead of troubleshooting. That said, there are a few things to keep in mind. PCIe slots aren't as common as they used to be, especially in laptops or compact setups. Make sure your computer has an available slot and that it's compatible with the card's form factor. Also, while the TotalMix mixer is powerful, it does have a learning curve. If you're used to simple interface routing, it might take some time to get comfortable with all the options. So, should you buy it? If you're running a studio with multiple digital devices, need rock-solid clocking, and want a routing solution that doesn't rely on your DAW, this card is worth the investment. It's not cheap, but it's built to last and designed for professionals who can't afford to compromise on performance. If you're just dabbling or need something portable, there are simpler options out there. Either way, the link is in the description if you want to take a closer look. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.